Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Kimbo here, and it is time for an epic Bakugan Evolutions episode review. So we got number 24. I had to make a SpongeBob joke. You already know, man. Come on. I got the Reptar shirt on. You know I had to make a joke because Reptar's a freaking beast. My girlfriend got me this shirt. I freaking love it. But yeah, so anyways, getting into episode number 24. It starts off with the Awesome Brawlers sitting on the beach. They're chilling. They're having a nice kind of day off, a little relaxing time, you know. So they're all out there playing in the water. Lightning, Dan, Leah, Shun, Athena, they're all just chilling, man. I don't know if Athena's like a full-fledged part of the Awesome Brawlers, you know. But like at least they're teaming up right now, and it's just nice seeing like that development as such. Kind of like how getting towards the end of the season, you know, it's like Spectra teaming up with like the original Battle Brawlers, except on a more extreme level because Athena was never really evil, you know, just kind of that concept of like seeing them as a big time rival, but now them working together for the sake of the academy and for the sake of like the future of the world because they're looking out for Wrath and everything that's going on with the elemental storms, all that good stuff. But yeah, if she does become a member of the Awesome Brawlers, that would be sick. I would not mind it at all. But if not, I could see her maybe having like kind of the Spectra role, like how Spectra was, you know, with season 2, and then we didn't see him until he came back to like season 4. Maybe it could be the same thing for Athena. Like maybe at the end of the season she goes off and they part ways and such. But then in the future, because I can imagine us getting more seasons, I really hope we do, we see her return or something like that. Either or, she's an awesome character, and I hope they keep her in, man. But yeah, anyways, just getting into this episode. Like I said, they're all just sitting there chilling on the beach, and they're having a great time, except Jenny Hackett and Winton are both just tuckered out, man. They're tired. They're sitting under, they're sitting in the lawn chairs, the beach chairs with the umbrella on top, just tired. And then Shun walks up to Winton and Hackett and basically just says like, you guys look exhausted. Yeah, we've been sitting and work. Winton's like, I don't know how they have so much energy. They've also been sitting and working on the elemental inductor because they're trying to work on that, you know, to help the things that are going down to destroy all the elemental storms, containing them, all that good stuff. But yeah, so Winton and Hackett are both like, well, we can't let them just sit there and have all the fun, even though we're tired. So, you know, they get up and they just go to have some fun. Shun actually planned a big time thing for her. Like, he planned the whole day. He planned a cookout and everything. He mentioned the cookout. And then that's when they got up and were about to go and join the others. But then, while they're sitting out there having fun, you just see somebody be like, nope, enough of all of this. And I think it was Hackett and Winton and Shun that were the first ones to see it. And then you look over, you see a flag. It's like a new flag. And it's none other than Coach Short. So the academy basically split up. Like I said, the kind of Sheikah Yiga type thing with this. Anybody who's a Zelda fan, you know what I mean. The Sheikah being one group, kind of divergent after the royal family, you know, giving the ultimatum, all that good stuff. Not as extreme because, you know, this thing is going bonkers with the academy. And then there being two groups. Those that follow Faustus, those that follow Short. Well, Short's group shows up here at the beach and basically said, this is going to be our new training grounds. And nobody's going to get in our way. And they're just like, what are you doing? Like, this was supposed to be a fun day. And Short's basically like, I don't listen to you anymore. You're not my students. My students are part of this academy. Coach Short's Bakugan Academy. Y'all follow Faustus. So I don't care what you do. Pretty much, that's what he's saying. And then the other Awesome Brawlers overhear it. What's going on? It's also really windy, so if I'm talking a little bit louder, that's why I'm talking a little bit louder, so you guys can hear me over the wind, all that good stuff. But yeah, so basically just big conflict between the Awesome Brawlers and Athena, you know, and Hackett, all of them, and Short's Bakugan Academy. You've also got Chet and Callie, who used to be there with Athena from day one, and they're sitting there just taunting her, you know, just saying like, you follow Faustus, so as far as we're concerned, we don't care what you think. And then Athena just gets frustrated because they were friends from the jump, man. And now they're just acting like they didn't have that friendship or anything just because this whole war going on with the academy. They're following Short. They see themselves getting stronger because they're following Short because he has more of like a strict military type of background, which will make you stronger. But also you got to make time for fun and such, you know. And they're definitely playing around with that theme, you know. It's like all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You know, somebody sitting working a job big time, not being able to do other stuff and stuff. You know, that's how it goes. Even like just with my life, the balance of like working and the balance of YouTubing and such, and also having time to hang out with friends, all that good stuff. You know, that balance is really important for things to be really, really stable in general. It's just the best formula in my opinion, anyways. But yeah, so basically we get a Bakugan battle here, and it's Short versus Shun and Athena. And basically, if they win, then they'll leave. If they don't win, then, you know, like they can just take over. So Short sends out Colossus. They're really showing off Colossus now. They waited until like they're really getting into things with Short and everything. You know, we haven't even seen all the teachers like models for their Bakugan yet. You know, I don't think we've really seen Griswing, like the animation for Griswing in the show, and we damn sure haven't seen the Arliss Bakugan teachers Bakugan. You know, because I'm really excited about that thing, that damn bat skeleton looking one that looks so sick. I hope it gets a figure for real, man. It's an awesome looking Arliss Bakugan. But in the middle of this battle, Short showing off his power. I mean, he's you know, he was a coach, but he was like also one of the teachers and also the former headmaster of the academy, but now having his own, you know, branch and such. But he sends out Colossus, and then he sends out, I think he has Siphon, and then he actually uses Baku gear. Like, no, he uses Nano gear, I mean. Yeah, so he brings out his Nanogon, but then he actually uses Nano gear, that being the top level, you know, where the Bakugan and the Nanogon combine their power into one gigantic attack. So, they're all shocked. They're like, he can use Nano gear? And he's actually starting to overpower Athena at this point. Hydra's is on the side, like, getting hit, but Athena is getting overpowered. Like, Blitzfox is honestly getting taken down with this, even having, like, her own Nano gear, because at this point, she sent out her, you know, Blitzfox in strength mode, and then switched it to, like, the Nanogon coming out, and then she combined with it, you know, and had her Nano gear, and Short and Athena facing off, and Short was overpowering her, and they're all just like, how can he overpower Athena? And then basically Chet and Callie are just taunting Athena, saying, you got so much weaker just staying on that side of the academy. She said, what? Yeah, we've gotten stronger being under Short. And you, it just shows with your power that you've gotten weaker just working with the others and following Faustus. And they're just like, how can you say that? We're supposed to have the same goal and such. And you know Athena was getting really frustrated at it. But Shun's always the one that's laid back and chill, man. I resonate with Shun big time. He just lays back and chills. He's the chill one. But then there's points where, like, you just push him, and he gets so upset. He just lets it out, man. And he let it out with this. He's like, how can you say that to your friends? They've been with you from the jump at this academy, and you're going to sit there and treat them like crap? Like, you've been friends from the jump. Y'all are missing the point here. We have to work together to stop this. Like, the whole academy coming back together as one, working together, having different views and stuff with it. It's just that overlapping. They got to find that balance, you know? Like, you can see it where they're going to start hatching things out, I think. But when Shun says that, he gets in the zone, and he's able to power up, and he's got a core for a Nano gear. So we see Shun using his Nano gear with this. Yeah, so you see big bulked up Hydrus just looking like an absolute beast, man. Then manages to take out Colossus. So Colossus does go down. And then they're just like, no way, like, you know, Short's students. And they're basically all just walking off. And you see the Awesome Brawlers and, you know, Hackett and Athena. And Shun's basically just like, wait. And then Coach Short turns around. He's like, what? We lost. We said we were going to leave peacefully. He's like, well, this is a public beach. It's not, like, it's too big for just us. You know, like basically, like you guys stay here. It's a public place. Like they're not sitting there trying to kick him out or anything. Short's just being stubborn. They're being stubborn big time because they don't want to trust in Faustus, which is understandable with them having that doubt in their minds because how Faustus aligned with Wrath and everything that happened before. And you never know, the Hal G Naga thing. The Hal G Naga thing could still happen. What I mean by this is like how the Elemental Inductor, how you had all that wild power. You've seen it with the Bakugan, even the Brawlers. It switches them, and it'll be like, yeah, crush him Apophix. We saw it happen to like Red, you know, like Master Red of that group. You know, so it could be that thing where maybe that power's still in Faustus, and then he turns back into like evil Faustus, his other persona, when he's around Wrath. When Wrath comes back, you know what I mean? Like, there's still that big time question. So it's understandable why they do have doubt. But at the same time, like, they got to work together to really take him out. Because Wrath's the Force. He is strong, man. It took all the power that Drago even had to beat him the first time. And that was the first time when everything got unveiled. Now he's going to have true power and just, it's going to be wild, man. But anyway, just thinking ahead for that, you know. But basically with this, they're still training on the beach, except you have Shorts training, which is strict. They can only like bag like a small bag of chips or something. But then you have the Awesome Brawlers and everybody over there having shish kebabs because Master Chef Shun over here is cooking it up, being a beast, man. You know, making shish kebabs, all that good stuff. It looks good too. But yeah, you know, so they're training on the same beach, but then you can see like that conflict and such. It seems like over time things are gonna hit the fan that much more, and then you know, it's gonna probably lead to them coming back together. They just gotta find that balance, like I said before. But yeah, man, overall a really, really sick episode. Really enjoyed it. It was nice. It was a nice episode. Further in that plot and the tension between the two sides of the academy now. But yeah, so now we get into the second part of the episode. This is an interesting one for sure. We start in a dark alley at night. And you know the theme with this. There's only one brawler that you really see show up in dark alleys at night. That being the mysterious boy himself, who is back, like the beast that he is. Julius would be proud. It's Magnus. So we started off with Magnus. He's got a device basically tracking like the power of an elemental storm. He's tracking it, and then he kind of finds the point. But there are members of the Gate Crushers that are there at the point, and they're facing off against some kids. The kids are none other than the Masters of Disaster. I like how they're still weaving in like previous characters that we've seen, man. The Masters of Disasters even being like side characters, still being a part of this, still being like, you know, kind of strong brawlers, but you know, obviously like Awesome Brawlers and Magnus and such being way ahead of them. You know, still being pretty strong brawlers and just having development with them. That's why I like some of these other episodes, because it's developing other characters too, along with the big plot that's going on, which is really, really awesome, man. But yeah, so like I said, I'm talking a little loud. I don't know how it's picking up on here, just because it's windy and I know it goes, you know, with the mic naturally, you know, with big time wind. But the Masters, yeah, the Masters of Disaster, if I can say it, are facing off against like these members of the Gate Crushers, and then Magnus swoops down to save the day, you know, because they're sitting there trying to attack them with their Bakugan, and they're like, the Masters of Disasters won't back down. The Masters of Disaster won't lose. We're gonna protect the city at all costs, you know. You know how the personality is if you've seen the other episodes. But then Magnus swoops down. Actually, they ran away. Blue was the one that stood up for this one. But then you see Red and Green just take off. They're like, nope, we're out. And then he's just like, they really left me. Obviously being upset about that. Well, when he's about to get attacked by the Gate Crushers, Magnus swoops down. And then, you know, he's like, and you know, you just see the Gate Crushers looking. They're like, retreat! Because they knew immediately that it was Magnus. They're like, oh, hell no. We're not facing him. So they're out. So they left. And then Master Blue is just going crazy for Magnus, man. He's like, you're going to be my new mentor. And Magnus obviously being like, I'm not interested. I work alone. But then Master Blue wasn't having any of it. He followed him around, you know, all day throughout the city. Like when it was the park, he said he even got him a hot dog with like ketchup on it and sauerkraut and a bunch of other stuff, and he's like, I don't like ketchup. Classic, just Magnus fashion. And then he said he got him like a juice or something, and he's like, I drink water. There's too much sugar in that. And he's still just like, whoa, a real adult. He's so cool. You know. And then they're going through an alley, and then there's a dog, and then he's like, there's a mean dog up here, you better watch out. And then he steps on the dog's tail on accident. And then he's like, no, nice puppy. And then Nilius is just talking to Magnus, because, you know, they can communicate now. Just like, how long are you going to put up with this? And then, oh, shit. Okay. So, we basically get a cutscene of, like, you know, Magnus and Master Blue waiting around a bunch of buildings and such, you know. And Master Blue's like, what's that noise? It's the gate crushers. Like, you know, sitting there talking about the gate crushers and such. And he looks back, he's like, it's the gate crushers. And Magnus is like, stand down. He's like, what? It's actually Master Red and Master Green. And they basically come back and just say, like, we're sorry. We didn't mean to leave you then. We realized that we were wrong. And Blue's not having any of it. He's like, I don't give a damn what you say. You left me, and that doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, the Masters of Disaster are done. It's over. I'm going to follow Magnus from now on, basically. And Magnus is just like, I told you I don't want to have any part of this. But, you know. But then they're sitting there while they're bickering. Gate Crushers show back up. And basically they're just, you know, they picked up another energy reading. And they're trying to close up the gate. But Magnus wasn't having any of it. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. And one of the Gate Crushers, he was like, it'd be best to leave now. If you refuse, we'll take you out. Bakugan Brawl. Rolls out of Bakugan. It's an Arliss Warrior Whale, dude. They got Warrior Whale and Arliss. It looks sick. Like, come on. If you're going to show the show, you got to make a figure for it, man. Because Warrior Whale and Arliss looks so cool. The design for it in the show looks so sick. I mean, the Aquas one looks really, really awesome. I might be a little biased towards Darkus and Arliss because they're two of my favorite factions along with Pyrus. But yeah, just the gold with the Arliss, man. It looks so, so sick. I hope they put out Warrior Whale and Arliss. But sure enough, Warrior Whale is fighting against them. Magnus is struggling like a little bit with this, you know, because he has Nilius out there. And he's like, yeah, he's struggling like a little bit with it. And he's basically just, it's mainly the dialogue, you know. He's like, who gave you an Arliss Bakugan? Those are rare. They're for avid collectors. It's like he broke the fourth wall with that. Like, they're Bakugan that are rare for avid collectors. And he just breaks the fourth freaking wall. And basically the Gate Crusher just says that he got it from his sponsor. Like, our sponsor is giving us this Bakugan specifically to take you out. So, then he's like, sponsor? What sponsor? Like, who's your sponsor? But they're sitting there and battling. And basically the Gate Crushers, they held up Master Green and Master Red. You know. And Master Blue's just like, I have to help them. They're still my friends. And he's just like, go for it, you know. And he sends out, like, the Mork. Yeah, it was like Aqua's the Mork. But, yeah, dude. So then, you know, they're battling. And then Magnus ends up just putting in the finishing blow with his, like, nano gear and everything, you know. He brought out Widow. Put on the nano gear with Widow. Took him out. And then tied him up, you know. So basically, the Masters of Disaster got saved. And I just love that conflict, you know, Magnus not wanting to have any part of this being all serious and such, and then you got the Masters of Disaster making it like a lighthearted kind of situation. But yeah, so, you know, afterwards he has him tied up. And then we get some big time news with this one, man. We get some big info dropped. So Magnus straight up asks him, who's your sponsor? Who gave you that Bakugan? And, you know, the sponsor of the Gate Crushers, if you've seen the previous episodes, has been leading up to this, man. They've been slowly hinting at it. When Wagner went down and Dan, you know, he got picked up by McHugh on the ship, and they both flew off working together. Sun 17 Security was what McHugh was a part of. He was the president of it. but it was sponsored by Janssen Tech. They're basically sent in to get rid of all the companies in town and buy them out, but they weren't having that. They stood up and then they postponed all those plans. But Sun 17 Security aligned themselves with the Gate Crushers. That means they're both working under Janssen Tech. And then, sure enough, this Gate Crusher spills the beans, but more than even expected. So, straight up, he's just like, our sponsor is Janssen Tech, who was the head, and it's run by the president, Ted Jansen. They showed pictures of Ted Jansen, and even then, it looked kind of mysterious because we saw like one picture of him throughout this whole entire series so far, like this entire season. And he had some resemblances to a previous man. And now, just getting this info, he spilled the beans and everything. It's all culminating, man, and called it with this one, and I'm hyped. But he says Ted Jansen, the president of Janssen Tech, but also known formerly as Gregorius Reed, the man himself. Dude, called it, man. Let's go. Had a feeling, because with McHugh being out of jail, they're probably going to do something with Everett. And it's like, what about Gregorius Reed? He pulled the strings big time. It didn't seem like he really turned good. And sure enough, he didn't turn good. He's Mr. Ted Jansen. So we're going to see Gregorius Reed again, man, and then we're going to probably get the flashbacks of what happened in Season 3. We're going to get a similar build-up, and it makes sense, because look at what happened with Gregorius Reed and Villock. We're going to probably have a similar situation with this, because it's going to lead to us seeing the full in and outs of Janssen Tech. So we're going to probably get the backstory of how Sun 17 Security became a thing, how the Gate Crushers became a thing, how he made this actual company Janssen Tech, probably how he's probably a part of the Elemental Asylum too. The place that was selling like the little crystals that had elemental energy so you can power up. Yeah, all that being tied together, it makes full sense, because Gregorius Reed's a billionaire. Pretty sure he's a billionaire. Either millionaire or billionaire. Regardless, he has a lot of freaking money and a lot of power to do stuff. And now he's using that money for some evil, man. Back in the shadows, doing it again, man. He didn't turn good. And now he's the president of Janssen Tech. Ooh, we gonna get a big time build up with this. I won't be surprised if Everett's a part of another faction. Like maybe, I don't think we got who's behind the Elemental Asylum. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Everett. McHugh having Sun 17 Security, Everett having the Elemental Asylum, Wagner being behind the Gate Crushers, all those evils working together under one big roof, that being Janssen Tech, and your boy Ted Jansen, aka Gregorius Reed. So crazy even build up from the previous season, man, because he's back with this. Oh, this is gonna be good. Crap's gonna hit the fan big time in the next few episodes, because they're just dropping bombshells. That was a major bombshell. So the next episode, crap's gonna hit the fan. Yeah, the grit's gonna hit the pan. It's gonna get crazy, man. I'm really excited. Like, this build-up has been sick, and then everything culminating with this, but then we're also going to see, like, what Wrath's up to. I'm guessing Wrath's waiting somewhere, because they said he's probably in Los Volmos, but he's just under wraps. He's probably waiting for the Elemental Inductor. When they power it up, I won't be surprised if that's when we see Wrath. He's hiding completely now, but when they get that Elemental Inductor all fixed up and such, and they try to use it to to maintain all the gates and stop the storms and destroy it, because having that whole build-up of power, I would not be surprised if Wrath just shows up and jumps right the hell in the middle of all of that stuff. And then that's how he gets this ultimate power and stuff, because the Genesis set's coming out. Clear Bakugan, having different lights, basically all factions. It would make sense that this is how we get the big-time build-up for it. He just shows up out of nowhere, jumps in, and says, the ultimate power is mine. And then he becomes that version. And then we get a build-up like that with Dan and Drago, and then, like all the awesome brawlers probably, but then Wrath being too strong, probably coming down to Wrath and Drago, and then that's maybe how the season concludes. That's just my guess and my predictions, but we'll have to see, man. But that Gregorius Reed and Ted Jansen, Janssen Tech, Sun 17 Security, the Gate Crushers, the Elemental Asylum, they're all going to be a part of this, man. It's going to be crazy, that big build-up, and we're starting to get all the strings tied together. So all the evil's coming together, so all of the goods are going to have to come together. That being, You can't deny the power that Short's Bakugan Academy has. They're strong. But they got to work together, man. You know, Faustus and Short, they got to come together, man. The Academy's got to be one with this because this fight's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be freaking insane. All hell is going to break loose. It's going to be damn nuts, and it's going to be intense, man. And I can't wait to see these next episodes. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this review on Bakugan Evolutions episode 24. I had to. But yeah, looking forward to 25. Oh, yeah, but for real, looking forward to it for sure. And I wonder if, like, 26 is going to be the last one, because it's usually, like, 26, but I don't know. Like, the way things are being built up, it seems like they might need a few more episodes even after that, so maybe it's, like, 28 or even, like, 30 or something. We'll just have to see. But, yeah, regardless, I am hype for sure. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode review. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, guys, till next time, it is your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Until then, stay awesome and Bakugan Brawl. I'm up out of here.